Just dance, gonna be okay. Da, doo, doo. Okay, maybe make myself a little bit smaller. Let's go through my Instagram. I'm following as many brands and shops as I can, so that I can keep up with scootering, because I'm pretty bad at keeping up with scootering, and this is going to be my job from now on. So as the next scooter Brad, I have to keep up with scootering. So I should connect with Facebook. Is there rules to trick of the year? Or what are the categories? Your mic volume is quiet. Is it? Uh-oh. Is it really? Let me know, guys. Is my mic volume quiet?
And gnarliest online contest in history. This is the first annual Olay brand Trick of the Year presented by North Scooters and System Distribution.
Because I feel like Trick of the Year should not be involving park riders, street riders in one category. I feel like there should be a best rail trick, best leg trick, unless I just don't know. There's a best overall in the subcategories. What are the subcategories? I feel like there shouldn't be a best overall trick, because there should be separate, it should just all be separate categories. I feel like it's unfair if someone did like a triple buttercup flare. Bruh. And then if someone did like a huge crook down a 40 stair or something, and then one of them loses over another, they're not really comparable because they're not the same like at all. So People's Champion, honorable mentions, 500 each. Jesus. Okay, best box jump trick. So that's like, see, that probably involves Resi. Resi shouldn't count. Best balance trick. Okay, best ledge trick, best quarter pipe trick, which also should involve Resi. If it does involve Resi, someone that should win over that or get extra points. Gnarliest drop / gap, gnarliest rail, and then most creative trick. Okay, I'll keep that saved and in mind, so I can announce the winners. Okay, we're gonna read these hot boys. I'm gonna close my alright, we're gonna read some of your guys's your hot boys. Some of your hot boy takes. Okay, Corey, you just came in time. Pause. You came just in time. Pause again. Because now I'm reading my responses. Oh, this one's from Kobe. When a kid asks me if I'm street or park, I think if you care about street and park, or like the label street and park, you're probably not good at scootering. Really wide bars. I agree. Yeah, I personally hate really wide bars. I know people like really wide bars for tail whips and whipping. So if you're riding anything bigger than 24, you're psycho. Getting a lot of Mongo pushes on here too. Yeah, no excuses for Mongo for sure. I've had people tell me about their excuses with like a leg injury, but I don't know. I don't believe it. I think it's stupid. Unless you're riding switch and you're pushing Mongo switch on a skateboard, that's different. That's totally different. Darcy says the Euro Rider wiggle and just push, dude, it's fine. I guess if you're doing like a line and the obstacles aren't too far apart, I would say the wiggle is fine. But if you're like really far apart from whatever you're doing and you don't want to push and you're like doing the wiggles, that's kind of silly. This isn't scooter related. This is more park. But when parents bring their damn 2-year-old, I hate it when people bring their kids to the skate park. Parents and kids don't have a good understanding of skate park etiquette, because there's always a problem. Like if you're gonna bring your kid to the skate park, you either gotta watch them or they gotta actually know what they're doing. Because oh my god, they don't understand how important it is for them to know skate park etiquette, because their kids can get seriously fucked up at a skate park. When skaters purposely stand in front of you knowing you're trying to get a clip. I had this one issue with this skater at Jefferson. I was trying to get a clip, and I got mad, and he saw me get mad, and he purposely sat on what I was trying to ride. He had really long hair and a beard. He looked homeless. People who perform fake stees God, I hate that shit. I would want you to define fake steez for me because I kind of get what you're saying. Maybe when like the head buzz trend thing was a thing, I had a pretty bad head buzz era. But I don't think fake steez is like a thing anymore. People that ride in Air Forces, yeah, you. Anything but SES. If you ride anything other than SES, you're annoying. Being a park rider, it's important you ride SES because SES is not much heavier and it'll last you a lot longer than having a slit in your bars. James said Theo. Street riders saying they're street because their scooter's undialed. I think you're saying street riders or street riders that have all the swag that a street rider is supposed to have, and they claim they're street because of all the swag. If you claim to be a street rider or park rider and you're doing all the cool stuff that street riders and park riders do other than scooter tricks, then you probably, that's like being a poser. That's like what poser scooter riders do. A lot of street riders don't ride street. Exactly. And there's a lot of people, like for me, and labels are stupid. Unless you're like really going hard and making street parts. If you're like consistently putting out street parts, then I would consider you a street rider, in my opinion. If you're like me, I wouldn't really consider me a street rider because I only ride skate parks. When someone has more than 2 coins in their bars, I think the bar coin trend is like over. I don't think that's been a thing forever. Danny Nolecamper was the first person that I ever knew that did coins in their bars. I honestly think he was the first person to do that or make it popular. And then I started doing it, and then like everyone in Seattle started doing it. I eventually like switched my bars and took them out, and I realized how much better it is to not have coins in your bars. But shout out Danny Nolecamper. He's the first person to do that. Should I worry says people who hold too far out on their grips. I think he means like when people are holding at the ends of their grips. I personally hate that too. I like to ride either in the middle or in like as if I'm about to do a bar spin. I personally think it looks better, but I don't think it matters too much either. Caring too much about your steez won't make you a good scooter rider. Learning that the difficult way. Only riding for Instagram or popularity. I only ride for Instagram. There's a difference between riding for Instagram and putting it on Instagram and riding for Instagram. What do you mean, Corey? Are you saying I don't ride for Instagram? I mean, I guess that is true. I don't ride for Instagram. I just put my clips on Instagram, which is like the only clips I get. I'm saying you ride for you and post on it. Okay, yeah, I agree. I get clips whenever I haven't. Haters.
Bruh.
Okay, let's go through some of the hot takes. That was scooter pet peeves. This guy says roof drops are overrated. I personally think roof drops are dope. I think Devin is the most creative with roof drops because he rides a bunch of roofs. I think if you want to do roof drops, you should take note of how Devin rides roofs. But if you're just doing like, you're just like jumping off any roof, it gets kind of boring. The new Proto wide body is superior. I think they look cool. Shout out Andrew Broussard. That's my guy. 50/50s are approaching played out territory. I agree. Man, Darcy sent me some heat, dude. Darcy's sending me some hot takes. I agree. I think 50/50s are getting like way overplayed. Or at least in scootering. Corey feels attacked. It's getting to the point where it's like kind of like doing board slides on big rails, hitting the biggest rail, but that just gets boring at a certain point. Riders that only ride frontside need to move beyond. It looks awful. If people can ride backside naturally and do frontside tricks, it's possible to do it the other way. So, you know, just do it. Andrew got called out. Does Andrew ride frontside naturally? Andrew had a good enough backside for it to not be noticeable. So this guy said switch scootering is stupid. I think switch scootering is stupid right now is because nobody has put in the effort to make switch scootering look normal. I kind of agree. It doesn't look as cool as switch skating, and it's not as cool as switch skating, but it could be as cool if people put in the effort. Oh my god. I just had a burrito before this. Scooter vlogs used to be massive on YouTube, and it's all almost gone because of Instagram. All of the scooter vloggers became famous and then stopped scootering. I don't think it's because of Instagram. I do think Instagram is taking up a lot more, taking a lot of energy out of scootering. Like, everyone that was a scooter vlog YouTuber is all, like, famous and doing other YouTube stuff because it's their job now. Signature part promos should be better than the welcome to video. I agree. In my opinion, I think I agree with you because the welcome to video should be hard, but at the same time, if you're going for your signature part, I don't think the video should be less good than your welcome to part. Kaaden Bewley's sick deck part was really good though. Skippy's was too. Jacked Out is better than most pro riders right now and has way better style. I agree. Jacked Out got the short end of the stick because of how he came up in scootering, but we all forget how insane he is at scootering. Like he can do everything. I think he's slept on now because he's not making cringe scooter vlogs anymore, but I feel like him getting bullied back into that stuff made him cool. So, you know, he wears freaking jorts down to his ankles now. That's like the coolest thing you can do now as a scooter rider. Garrett Braz isn't a style tard. What is a style tard? Define style tard. Is that a real thing? Urban Dictionary. Here's how I view Garrett Braz's style, or at least how it was when he was scootering. We were all talking about it, but if you really think about it, Garrett Braz was the only person riding like that, and he made head bussing a super popular thing in scootering. Like, the only reason I was exaggerating my head buzz was because of Garrett Braz. Everybody was doing it, and everybody was talking it, whether it was negative or positive. So I think Garrett Braz is the fucking GOAT. So if you meant that he doesn't have style or that his style is bad, I disagree. I personally liked his style, and it set a whole new trend in scootering that he started, in my opinion. North is overrated, but I feel like you have to be a North deck rider to like North decks. I don't think anyone can ride North decks. People that ride North decks really ride North decks. I guess you kind of have to be about it. So if you think it's overrated, you probably just don't get it. We need more sig bars. I kind of agree. I think Tilt should make more signature parts, and I think one of the signature parts they should make should be some sig bars. They should make some sentry bars with a wife beater on it for Isaac Miller, or the T-bars with like Will Judy's hair on it. That would be sick. Should I Worry says, everyone looks better on an all-black setup. I agree. I'm not going to say anything to that. I just agree. You don't need a massive deck to be able to 50. I completely agree. A great example for me would be Jacob. He went from the new Wise deck, which I believe was like a 6-3, back to a 5-5 Wise deck because he snapped his other Wise deck. And those clips you saw from his Instagram earlier, I'm pretty sure are on that deck. And he can still do every single trick he's able to do on each deck he rides, and he does a lot of 50 tricks, including like tricks into 50. And if you can do that on a 5-5 Wise deck and a 6-wide Wise deck, you just need to know how to be able to 50. So I agree.